Greetings Gemini, hey, a warm welcome to you all, thanks for joining me. This is your May 2020 reading, our 5th month of the year. I think some of us might be wishing this year moves along quite quickly and we get back to our normal perspective and daily activities. But for now, I'm doing these readings in early April and New Zealand is currently in a lockdown status. So we are all kept in the confines of our home except to go for a very small, short neighbourhood walks or to get essential things such as groceries or to go to work if you're an essential worker. With that in mind, we're coming back to the basics with the May reading because I think everyone needs to just feel grounded again and sort of uncomplicated, which is what the readings are about this month. We will start with this deck here and we will have 4 cards or 3 cards that are going to form 3 columns, and then we will extend those out with some of the other tarot card. So this first column is your health and you've got the 3 of Pentacles. This next column is for finances and career. And it's quite strange, there's barely any noise around anywhere, and I've just done the last reading I did, a car went screeching by and made a huge noise, and now there's a big jet plane flying overhead that's also making a whole lot of noise, and yet the odds of that happening are practically zilch at the moment because no one is going anywhere or doing anything. So your finances and career are the Hanged Man. That's your first card out for that. And then we come to number 3, which is relationships for Gemini. I think it's that one, the Empress. Now we will just expand on those and see what is coming for, just to extend the storyline, if you like, for each one of these for Gemini for May 2020. Eight of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, King of Pentacles. We will, work through these obviously when I've finished dealing. Knight of Pentacles. That's quite interesting with the finances and career. You've got 2 Pentacles cards that have come out there. 3 that have come out. So something for the relationships, the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, the Hermit. Well, actually he did come out upside down. Perhaps I'll put it back that way. Just one more maybe for the first one, which is the health. That last one is the 9 of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles really have come out for you guys, so even though they're not all in the finances sector, although certainly 3 of them are, there's kind of money might be playing a role one way or another. So how many did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pentacle cards out for you, which is actually quite a lot. And then in this last one here with relationships, all 3 of them are major arcanas, which is also quite interesting. So we'll obviously work through the reading as we get ourselves established. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. We're only after one of these as something to focus on or an unknown perspective. Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. Okay, so let's start with the left column, which is health. Your first card out actually is a really good, and you had this sitting on it, which is a rose quartz, which is about peace and positivity, calmness, meditation, love as well. Some of you might benefit by having a rose quartz stone in or around you to bring peace and harmony and calm, especially if you have felt a lack of that, or in these times anything we can sort of do to bring extra positivity is a bonus. But here we go with the 3 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and the 9 of Pentacles. So again, 3 Pentacles in a column, and this is your health column. The first card out, it usually means reward, award, recognition, sometimes working with 3 people, but feeling that there's some sort of a claim around, or positivity, a growth, it's a jump. If this were your career card that had come out, it could be the offering of a promotion, a wage rise, an increment. But given it's in your health sector, it does still bode really well, as if you may have gone through something and come out the other side and be feeling that there is positivity. I don't know why, but with this card in particular, I feel as if these two are like a husband and wife sometimes, and almost this is like a little baby wrapped in a blanket. So I don't know if that has anything to do with your health for any of you at this present point in time, whether some of you are working with children, or you are about to have a new baby, or a new child is coming into the family, or your family is extended, or your health revolves around a new concept or idea. Like a baby is a new thing, right? So it could be that you're in a new health realm, or you've taken up something new, or there's a new direction, and it bodes quite well. The number 3 could be relevant, as in it could be 3 weeks, 3 months, it may have been going on 3 years, or 3 people are involved. It could be that you have some people helping you financially through your health as well. Either that, or you've decided to get something done and you've got the money to pay for it. Here we've got the 8 and 9 of Pentacles in here as well. Now, her in particular bodes very well for health. In normal readings, if you were using this as a health indicator, she is happy. She is fulfilled. She feels confident. She also feels peaceful. If there was a message that you could pass across, sometimes it might be your diet. Eat well, eat green vegetables. I see these as grapes. I don't think it means drink plenty of wine, but it probably means eat fruit and vegetables and have a balanced diet. Also, she does have that feeling of calm and peace, and radiates like the feeling of meditation and connectivity. She definitely is quite social, and she is an earth sign energy. So some of the people around you at this point may be earth sign people, and maybe they're also supportive or helping to look after you or give you ideas as well. Again, we just come up with this kind of feeling of some sort of okay or positiveness around money if some of you are needing to spend on your health sector for money. She is quite often about looking good, or going to have things like massages or healing sessions or energy healing, or going for a facial, or having her hair done. So some of you may really focus on that as we come into May. Really pampering yourself, or pampering your body, or feeling free to do it. Hopefully most of us will actually be able to get back outdoors and go and do those types of things again. The 8 of Pentacles is very much about hard work and just continuing on. He traditionally, for me, in terms of health, can sometimes mean that you may have something wrong with your lower back, hips or thighs, or also the organs in those areas, such as the bowel, intestines, the appendix. It could be a blockage or an allergic type thing like celiacs or irritable bowel syndrome, or it could be females' reproductive areas that might be needing attention. Now also, you could free up that part of the body by doing meditation or stretching exercises or yoga or walking. And when that part is freed up, you can feel the life force flow of energy moving through the rest of your body as well. And when that happens, you'll feel like you have more energy and calm and peace and ideas, and things will flow. The last one that came in really is the Two of Swords, and this is often about pondering decisions or feeling as though you are possibly procrastinating or unable to make a choice or a decision. Now this card really represents more of a emotional status, so feeling a little bit tied up or sometimes a little bit anxious. And again, if we come back to these cards here about meditation or pampering yourself or looking after yourself and feeling less stressed or doing things that help you to be less stressed. Now sometimes making a decision about which direction to go can be very important in lowering internal worry or fear or anxiety. The other thing that this can represent is sometimes a surgical procedure that may have been a procedure for choice, and it may also represent something to do with the head area. It could be that you get your eyes checked or a laser surgical thing done on your eyes or your sinuses or your teeth, anything like that. There might be something that you're doing, laser treatments for hair even. So there's a lot of different options that we can talk about in terms of surgical implements or choices. It may even be more of an operation than to do with a physical perspective. But overall, your health seems to bode quite well. It could be that quite a bit is being done in May. And again, I think this is because we might be able to free ourselves up a little bit more. If we come to the next column, finances and career, the first card you got was the stalling, the Hanged Man. So it could literally be part of what is going on around the globe at the moment, that so many things have come to a standstill, and that Hanged Man very much emulates that. Could also reference that you have come to a crossroads in your life and you are making choices, which showed over here, and you were uncertain which choice to make. These two kind of really match up very, very well, in as much that there are two options and you're trying to make a decision about which way to go. He does eventually find illumination, but also this card, if it was a health card, tells me that there can be something going on in the head area, which we've talked about for this card too. Symbolically are very similar, so you could be finding yourself at a crossroad, making a decision, or things have literally come to a standstill. But then you had these three pentacle cards. They bode fairly well for finances in many different ways. He's known as the entrepreneur, so possibly starting a new business up or a new business idea or concept. Now this may be done because you had found that your previous pathway or road that you were going down came to a standstill. So you've had to set your Gemini brain and all your activity going and think, right, what now? Where to now? How do I get out of this? What do we do? What can we start up? Which could be a new business idea. There's a lot in here that talks about maybe knowledge or this passion or concept or idea and ability, and maybe even some financial backing that could start a new business, which can also be this Knight of Pentacles. And it may be that the moon or the eclipses are tied into it, because we also saw a potential moon up here in this card and maybe an eclipse as well. So the eclipse season, when it starts in June and July, might be what kicks things off for you in terms of this movement around career or finances. This one can be good, solid, grounded, slow, methodical, practical movement forward with ideas, concepts, structures, ordinances, legal obligations, contracts, and the two of them could have been working together hand in hand to form this structure, or it might be playing a role in your financial sector or a career that you are involved in. So new documentation or new principles could come into play in a current career if you're still in it, So changes might be being made, but they could be long-term changes, or they could be made over a period of months before they fully come into operation. The Two of Pentacles means balance is required, and just being aware that sometimes money comes and goes a little bit, and there might need to be a time of slowing things down, pacing it out, setting the pace, being the pace setter, saying no, this isn't ready to go yet, or no, the idea's not fully conceived, or we haven't got the clients, or we haven't got the base. This is also about job offers or attending interviews and sometimes being offered a job. This can also be about importing, exporting. So possibly some of you may be looking at doing that, moving into ideas of concepts of new way forward, and it might involve shipping or moving things around or online ordering or things along those lines. Quite a few different messages that we could keep going and getting out of that. But we come to this relationships, which is also really interesting. We see a massive amount of change directed in here, but the Empress is harvest. She's beauty. She's very much like this one. These two are hand in hand as well. So your relationships may be tied up with a feeling of harmony or goodwill or opulence or happiness within yourself or surrounding a situation. And it could be an overall feeling of it's time for me to feel this balance and harmony and to reap some sort of reward. It's a timing kind of thing, I think, that's coming into play, and we see that with the Wheel of Fortune. We've also seen it with the Hanged Man in your reading, because he also is about timing in reality. So there's quite a few cards in this reading that have given me the feeling that timing is playing a role in some sort of change of direction that you're heading in. Now, given that this is your relationship dynamic, this card can represent fertility. And we talked about children in that first card, so some of you may find this as a fertile time. You might find a conception of a pregnancy or the birth of a child, or a child coming into your life one way or another. It could be through a family extension, a new family member. It might even be a pet for some of you. It doesn't have to just be a child. But she's also fertile in concepts of ideas and passion. So sometimes this is new relationships, or taking a relationship to a higher level and really re-engaging with it. The Wheel of Fortune, this couple is sitting on top of that wheel, but they are moving into new unknown territory. And it's not because so much that they want to, they have no choice. This is when the universe decides this is what's happening. And to be honest, this year, 2020, it's pushing all of us into new directions. Literally. But the Hermit reversed is a bit of an unusual one to see him reversed. I still think it's a period of illumination. And remember, we talked about that before with this one, that you do get this illumination. But it might be that a concept around relationships is going through some unforeseen, not glitch, but maybe misunderstanding, or maybe not seeing where the relationship is headed, or not seeing a current relationship. It is yet to evolve or turn up. So I think this is also talking about time, and that time is playing a role in where all of this is headed. There's potentially much change, and who you take with you and how you get there and where you end up is currently still unknown. So I think there's more than one option, and there's more than one direction that you can take it, which is not surprising, Gemini. The twins, with their double direction you can go in, double feelings, different dynamics, different perspectives, or different way of viewing things. All I can sort of suggest on that is I think it's very personal, and I think it will take you guys to work into that to see exactly at which level of relationships this is affecting. This can be families as well, a big change and a shift in family dynamics, including things like parents, grandparents, siblings, cousins, your immediate family that you live with as well. So let us finish off with the lizard spirit who came in for you, and I will just zoom the camera in. 38, lizard spirit. We have so many lizards here on our place. They're everywhere. We've hundreds and hundreds of them, but they're brown lizards. They don't quite look like that, but they're really quite amazing little creatures, and yeah, we're inundated with lizards. So this says, dream the world into being. When was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? Lizard spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you are willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible, making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then in the world as you co-create with spirit? Given to the power of imagination, and soon your dream will become clearer. The steps will reveal themselves, and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. And I think we could see some of that with all those major arcana cards that came in. Now, this particular deck has a protection message as well, and I'm going to read that out to you because some of you may feel that this perspective of the message may be more relevant. Have you been allowing your imagination to run amok and dream up a nightmare that seems to have come true? Fear not, for whatever dreaming you did in the past can change today as you dream anew. Wake up from the perception that everything is wrong. Lizard spirit asks you to open your eyes and consciously dream a better dream. What would it look like to already have what you desire and be the one you wish to be? How might it feel to work toward co-creating this new dream as a reality in the world of the senses, drawing it out of the world of dreams and building it in the world of form? Trust in your ability to dream anew. Honour it today. And with that takes us to the end of our May reading and being prepared to head into June. I'm sure for all of you in the Northern Hemisphere, as you come into the warmer weather, things will look brighter and more movement and activity will be coming to the fore again. So dream your dreams into being and imagine what it is that you are seeking for personally. I love it when you leave your comments. Please like and sub the video and check your moon and rising as well. So everyone be safe, be well, and have a wonderful month of May dreaming what you want to into being in the here and now. Namaste.